So we talked about a couple days ago about how this company, Blue Lobster, was releasing a Autobot X, aka Autobot Spike figure known as X-Frank. And, they really just kind of had renders and a concept and everything. So now we have actual images of how this figure looks and in comparison to other Masterpiece toys, how it will fit into your display, which also confirms that this is more of a Masterpiece scale. And he looks really good. It's very, very, very show accurate. And I mean, it really captures the elongated and bizarre proportions that this character had. And the people that did the photo shoot went out of their way to really capture little remade scenes from the episode of Autobot Spike from season 2. So this looks really, really good. I'm very impressed with how it looks, and it's more and more making me almost, consider picking this up because, again, like I mentioned previously, it's just one of those characters I just don't see where it's going to fit in outside of Jaws D's suggestion of a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
But until really Hasbro adopts that kind of concept again, since they did it in Beast Wars all those years ago, I really don't see them doing it. And it's one of those things like we have a small idea already what's happening in the near future, and especially when we look at how Siege is being handled, and they're using a lot less plastic with product now. The last thing I think they want to worry about is throwing an extra limb or something to kind of add to the cost. I mean, when we look at, say, the Marvel Legends that are Build-A-Figure related product, they're not cheap. These were figures that went from $14.99 to now $29.99, and this is saying Canadian prices here, but I'm pretty sure your American equivalencies would pretty much balance out the same way too. So this is really cool. We still don't have a price yet, but I mean, I really dig this, and probably because it doesn't transform and it's not going to have a lot of crazy accessories, it's going to pretty much be just the standalone figure. And this Blue Lobster company is a new company. It's probably going to be a more modest price, but judging by how this final product image looks, I'm excited. And it's something that, because it doesn't transform, and it really doesn't have to do much, the expectation in terms of like QC or something will also not be too much of an issue, because the fact that it just has to deal with shoulders, shoulders, elbows, head, maybe waist, probably not even that, but it doesn't really need to do that. It just has to stand there and look like Frankenstein pretty much.
Yeah.
And the fact that it'll fit into your Masterpiece display perfectly, and the fact that it doesn't transform because that is what the character is, just works out great. It's the same thing, like the Transmutate Build-A-Figure, it does what it does, and it does it perfectly because the character didn't transform, despite the name Transmutate. Yeah. And it had that limited articulation in a very 90s kind of way, just the old 5 points of articulation in that case. But yeah, this is awesome. Definitely going to be picking this up. I'm just really curious what the price is. Let us know if you're interested in this too, because this is something that I don't see Hasbro or Takara doing anytime soon.